welcome back. Um, so I wanted to do a quick reading, kind of like in the theme of February since it's close to Valentine's Day and things. So I wanted to do like something different because, like, to be honest, I'm not really good at romance readings and stuff. It's really not my calling. Probably why I don't get half the customers I do. Probably why I don't get half the clients I do because yeah, I'm not that's not my calling. I'm not a soulmate twin flame romance type of reader. I'm really not. It's not my strong suit. Never been. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I chalk it up to the spirit had gave me a certain set of gifts and I'm just gonna work within that. So yeah. So I'm all about, healing and self-love and taking care of yourself before you want to be in a relationship with others. So I did this around the theme of, um, what can you do to get yourself out of feeling, desperate and lonely because you don't have a love in your life. So I wanted to do that along those lines since it's Valentine's Day and some people really do feel lonely like that on Valentine's Day. So I wanted to kind of give them the tools to get out of feeling that way. So that is what this reading is based on. So, like I said, pick a card reading if you want to pause the video here. If you want to like kind of meditate on the cards, close your eyes, visualize a card popping up, or if you want to just pick your card, whatever card calls to you, go ahead and choose yours now. And I am going to get into card number one. Okay, so this card group is for whoever picked card group one. Take whatever resonates. So the first card I got was love yourself first. So to kind of take yourself out of that energy of desperation and loneliness because you don't have a love in your life. Basically, they're telling you to love yourself first. Your self-love and your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I wanted to read this card before I start with my other ones because it kind of like sets the tone for everything. Because group one is really about self-love. So it says, if you desire more romance, first look at yourself in a caring and non-critical way, of course. The more you love who you are, the greater your capacity to feel loved by others. This means trusting yourself to take good care of you. It may entail becoming more assertive. Don't worry, you can still be very lovable while affirming your boundaries. Perhaps this means spending time alone instead of in a relationship. During this period, you devolve into introspective to understand the patterns of your love life. Ultimately, you can take responsibility for attracting and agreeing to every relationship you've had. To heal your heart, find the blessings and lessons you've gained from each other. For instance, have you become stronger, more independent, more patient as a result of your prior partnership? If so, let everything else from the past go except for the lessons and love. The card emphasizes the importance of loving yourself first, especially as you prepare for your next relationship or heal the one you're in. As you gain self-respect, you'll begin to attract more loving people into your life, and this will lead to healthy friendships and romances based upon mutual respect. So I feel like that's a great message, is to take yourself out of that energy of feeling desperate. Really go within and start focusing on yourself. I really feel like that would take some of that desperateness or some of that lonely feeling away, is when you start focusing on yourself, start focusing on your certain patterns within a relationship, focusing on healing, anything within yourself that's wounded, or even just go back to your childhood wounds and try to heal that. Anything where you're focusing on yourself and loving yourself, and just like that, in creating self-respect for yourself, and going into your own personal power, will lessen some of that feeling for you. My next card was one of the lessons that you need to learn to overcome this would be honesty. I always expect the truth from others, but I can't expect it from myself. So like I said, going within, really being honest with yourself about your wounds, about, your relationships, what you've been going through, really being honest with yourself and other people around you about that, and just being honest with your self-love, like honesty, like hard honesty, like going down to the root honesty, like really looking at yourself and being like, you know what, I really just don't like me. I really hate myself. Let me try to change that and create more of a space of where I can love myself. Like things like that. Like get down to the truth. Like get down to your really honest, truest moments. Surrender to setting limits. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships and practice exercising your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. I really feel like this is more of within the honesty thing, like really practicing expressing your needs, expressing what you really need from yourself, what you really want, like I said, expressing like, okay, maybe I don't like myself that much, so let me change some things about myself where I can love myself a little bit more. Okay, so going on to these cards, which is community. This too is about start surrounding yourself with like-minded people that love themselves, and really start being honest with people around you, or being honest just about your community. Like, okay, maybe I'm around people who are not very healthy for my self-love and my self-growth. Like let's be honest. Maybe I'm not around the most healthiest people, but also surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that love, that build each other up, things like that. Get yourself around a community like that. Also, this throat chakra still goes into honesty, being honest with yourself, using your voice. Your throat chakra is about speaking and expressing your truth. What is your truth? Living in your truth. So that's what that throat chakra is up there for. And for trust is love. Again, you need to be like this with yourself. You need to be in a partnership with yourself. You need to be in love with yourself. And once you create that love within yourself, into yourself, and just relax and trust the process, the guides will bring you, who you really, really need. Because like it says, self-respect makes you more attractive. And when you start healing and start gathering that love for yourself, and you start healing your heart and things within your heart chakra, like I said, your energy is going to open up like this and not stay stuck like this. When you're not honest, when you're trying to block out, all of the bad things that happened to you, and not just looking at those bad things in the relationships that happened to you and said, okay, well, what can I learn from this? Instead of turning away from that truth and feeling shame about it and not speaking it and not getting it out, because you need to speak it and get it out. And trust the process, trust the healing, trust that the spirits are going to bring you who you need at the right time. But until then, you need to work on yourself, express your truth, express your hurt, express your pain, and get into a great partnership and relationship with yourself. And when you start focusing on you and your self-love, that will take you out of that feeling of, oh my gosh, I gotta be in love, I gotta be in a relationship, I gotta get married, I gotta, that'll take you out of that. to where it's like, you know what I really got to do? I really got to get right with myself. I really got to love me. I really got to look at my relationship patterns and clear these things up. And then the right love will come to me. Everything is going to fall all into place. So that is some advice for group 1. So let me move on to group 2. Okay, so this is for people that chose card group 2. All right, so let me start with this card. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. And I'm going to read this card. We're going to start off as the basis. So it says this. It says, the romance angels have heard your prayers about your love life. Now it's up to you to allow their help to manifest by stepping out of their way, by trying to control other people or external circumstances. You'll only frustrate yourself, slow down your answered prayers. There are plenty of times in life that call for you to change, but this isn't one of them. Of course, it's fine to have your preferences, practice visualizations, and hold intentions. Definitely ask the angels for your desires. This card is a reminder that however that your prayer may be answered differently from what you had in mind. Be open to all possibilities and trust in God's infinite wisdom and compassionate love. Control issues are based upon the fears that others, including God, will live up to your expectations. This is also called outlining, where you hand the universe a script of how you want it and everyone to behave. Outlining can cause you to overlook an even more beautiful way in which your prayers may be answered. So please call upon the romance angels to elevate your levels of trust so that you can enjoy creative avenues by which true love comes to you. So, I want to say, for control issues, I feel like to get your energy out of the place of desperation, because I really feel like you've been praying and you've been wanting to control everything that happens in your love life. You've been praying for this certain person to come and praying and kind of like wanting to control it so badly, even when it comes to you, this, that, and the other, that it's making you feel that desperation, and it's making you feel lonely because you keep on looking at the lack and not already what you have. And I really feel like once you release this controlling kind of thing and just allow the universe to bring whoever they want to bring to you, it will pan out the way that you want it, and it could even bring you something even better. But if you keep on trying to hold on to this energy of, you know, it got to be this, it's got to be that, it got to come now, it got to, you know, it's not, it's just making your energy stuck. It's making the opportunities not flow to you as quickly or as smoothly as it can, because you are blocking it with this. I want to say for trust, yes, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust that the universe is really trying to give you the right thing. You know, just trust in the universe and just let go. And yeah, and just trust in your inner voice, because I bet your inner voice is saying, girl, give it a break. Give it a rest. Okay? And then this, surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessive about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. And doing so will help you bring clarity and even solve the problem. Okay, I'm sorry, number two. I had to cut the camera off real quick. I had to handle some family business, but so sorry. I usually like to have like seamless readings where there's no interruptions, but couldn't avoid that. So I left off on obsessive thinking, and so my next card is a storm warning. Basically, it's like you with having these control issues and you not letting go of the control is more of saying like you're creating the storm. You're creating the storm inside yourself with all these obsessive thinkings and not surrendering things. It's like you are creating a storm within yourself where you're making it very, very hard for everything to come to you because of this, and not trusting that your guides and the universe and everybody has you and will bring to you what you've been praying for. Also with the thinking man too, it's saying that like this storm is stopping, your man from coming into your life. It's stopping someone from entering your life that the angels are trying to bring you, that God's trying to bring you. It's really, really you're really stopping that with all of this obsessive thinking and praying, and it got to be like this, it got to come this time, it got to be here. So it's really stopping that. And then basically this card is just saying like take the time to rebuild yourself, like get off of this obsessive thinking and take the time to like really focus on yourself and rebuild yourself and heal some wounds, heal some things that you need to heal. Also, what I'm getting to is that like control issues really stem from a fear of like rejection, of wanting to always control your love life and what's going to happen and all that stuff. It stems from like a fear of rejecting or being rejected or not having what you want and this, that, and the other. And I really feel like that's what you need to focus on and get down to the bottom of why do you have this fear of rejection, and work on that fear. And I feel like that would take your mind away from those obsessive thoughts to focusing on something else. Also, opportunity beckons. I say that this picture is very telling because as you can see, it's like you're turning your back, you're inside your head, and you're so focused on everything that you want, everything that you want and need, and all of this stuff, and when it's going to come and it got to come now, that you are not just simply letting go and not being attached to the outcome, and just not simply letting go, living your life, building yourself up, and you're not paying attention to this opportunity that could be coming to you because you're so in your head. And it's basically just telling you that you do have the opportunity. You just got to release the whole obsessive, like, I got to have this, you got to release your attachment to that outcome and just let it go. And like I said, to get out of it is to focus on you. Go back to your roots. Go back to, why am I so afraid of being rejected? Why do I need this sort of control? Like, go back to that. So that is some advice for you for when so some of the tools that you can use for to get yourself out of the energy of being desperate or lonely just because you don't have somebody or love in your life right now. So that is it for number 2, and let me move on to number 3. Okay, so this is for card group number 3, whoever chose number 3. So let's see what your message is. All right, so this is going to be your first message. It's called trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So let me do that. Okay, so it says, in response to your question, the romance angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will create drama, negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to a beautiful romantic love that you so deeply desire and deserve. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where with faith all things are possible. So yeah, you're gonna have to I'm sorry if you hear this cat. You're gonna have to just trust if um that all things are possible. Trust in this. Trust that all things are possible. Trust that you are gonna get the love of your life, but you have to believe. Look, this is a stray cat, guys. I'm not being mean. um, Let me see what else is here. Okay. So imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. So I'm gonna read this. Okay, so it says that by its very nature, the physical body is limited by the three dimensions, but your mind is free to travel without boundaries and emerge with the cosmetic consciousness. Your mind is the great creator, and your imagination is a toolbox. Everything in life begins with the energy of imagination. Thoughts are real, and they can manifest themselves into the physical world. Train your mind to only have positive thoughts, and you will attract positivity into your life. If you see it, you can be it. Visualize the components that you want in your love life, and imbue those thoughts with love, and they will come to become your reality. Conversely, if your mind stays to negative thoughts, you will only bring that energy to you. Be positive and loving. Imagination is creativity. Express yourself. Let your imagination assist you in letting go of any creative blocks. Allow your dreams to come true. And remember, you are not doing this for for other people. It is your soul's opening up and singing its own unique song. So yeah, this goes in hand with this. With you, you need to trust, change your negative thoughts about maybe you never getting love or it's not going to come to you. Like, change your thoughts into more positive, and then and really visualize yourself being happy, being with the type of love that you want. And then after you do that, just like relax and let it go, and don't get too attached to the outcome. And also trust that you may be alone for a reason, and this could be like a real good time for you to focus on yourself, heal your wounds, and really give yourself the self-love that you need for yourself. My next card was what you need to surrender. So what you need to surrender is your comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. And again, take this time to focus on you. Focus on your strengths, your attractiveness. Focus on your self-love, everything, and don't get too caught up in your path must look like society path. You got to get the marriage, get the great boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever. You got to get the great everything. Just focus on you and your own path. Your path might not look like everybody else's path, and that's okay. That's fine. Accept that, and really surrender these comparisons to other people. Stop looking at other people and being like, oh, well, I wish I was them. Well, you're not going to be them, because You're your own person. You're your own genuine soul. You came here with a certain path. Sorry. My book fell. You came here with your certain path that you have to take for yourself. And a lot of times it does not concern people around you, and it's not going to look like other people around you. So really surrender your comparison with other people and focus on yourself. And then for my first card, for these two cards, I have the self-love in reverse. Like I said, focus on loving yourself, giving yourself some care. Also with this card, I got that you may be feeling, you may be like kind of like keep on reminiscing of your old love and everything that you had, and that could really be start creating those feelings of desperateness or loneliness. But you need to let this go. You need to let that old love go. You need to heal from whatever toxic breakup or love that you had, or if you keep thinking about the good times and even the bad times, like you need to just shut the door on that, let it go, open up your heart to new things, new possibilities. Focus on loving yourself, give yourself some more care, some more love, and listen to your guides, because this door to value is saying that you keep looking or keep on reminiscing about a love, or a love that's already complete, like a door that's already shut, and you keep focusing on that shut door. Stop focusing on the shut door. Open yourself up. Start listening to what your guides are trying to say, so they can lead you to the next door of love, so they can lead you to the next open opportunity to be able to be in a relationship and love someone. But if you keep looking at the shut door, you're not hearing them, you're not paying attention to them, and that's what you need to do. And that's what the imagination and the visualizations is for, because when you can get solid within yourself and let go and you can really hear what are they telling you to move on to, what's that next opportunity, what's the next door. But you can't keep on focusing on the door that's shut. You gotta move on, you gotta heal and move on. So that's one kind of sort of advice. Also, like this, face your darkest fears. So basically it's saying that you need to face those negative thoughts that you keep having about love. You need to face that, and you need to change those dark thoughts or those negative thoughts into something positive, and be aware and catch yourself thinking these negative thoughts. And then this picture is a great picture, because it's like, it really shows you kind of like how the universe works with you, how your beliefs in your energy works with you. Because it's like, if you start having the positive thoughts and start loving yourself and all that stuff, all of these things, all of this energy manifests into a ball where it can blossom, and you can attract that love into your life, and it can come to you. But you have to be able to work with the universe. You have to be able to work with your spirit, your angels, whatever you believe in. You have to be able to work with that. It's a partnership. Everybody is working together. The spirit's working and you're working, and all of you are working together to co-create. And so you're kind of blocking yourself. You have to be careful too, because all of this energy can also be your negative thoughts in this whole ball that you're co-creating together. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're saying surrender those negative thoughts and start co-creating a ball of positivity and light, so you can get what you want. So yeah, that is kind of like the advice. So basically the whole advice to try to get yourself out of feeling desperate and lonely is stop reminiscing about a past love, or love that is over and done with. Stop being reminiscing about that. Stop looking at the door that's shut. Start going within yourself. Heal yourself. Trust yourself that you can heal yourself, and that you can manifest and co-create the love that you truly want. Don't keep focusing on everything outside you, or how other people love lives are looking, and that's what you want, and this, that, and the other. Don't focus on them. Focus on your own thing. Focus on the kind of love that you really want and need for yourself, and that will help you co-create with everything, with your spirit guide, God, whoever you want to believe in, and that will all help you create the kind of love that you really want and need in your life. So there you go. Let me move on to card group 4. Okay, so this is for card group 4. So let's get into your message. So this first card is going to be addictions are affecting your romantic life. So I'm going to read this. So whatever message in that takes resonate. But I kind of got my own message for this, but this is for whoever needs to hear it. So codependency is this card answers your questions in perhaps surprising ways, because addictions are the curl pit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving for a substance or unhealthy behavior, or it can be that your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. This card is also an indicator of childhood experiences and an addicted family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish the capacity to love, since love is the basis of your romantic partnership. Addictions become a barrier to moving forward towards your true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has less than his or her own capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings or other addiction support fellowships models. Whether it is you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches by contacting a local community or health center. Okay, so whoever took that to resonate, you can, there you go. I really feel like this card that I picked up on relating to my question of what you can do to try to heal, or try to get the energy away from feeling desperate about not having the love in your life. I feel like this is a card of, you feel like you're not complete unless you have somebody, or unless you have a love, or unless you're in a relationship with somebody. Like, this is kind of like a form of codependency that I feel like it is. Like, I feel like you feel like you're not complete, like your love isn't good enough for you yourself, that you know somebody else's love is better than your own, and you need to have somebody. And that's what I feel like is causing all of this desperation and you feeling lonely. And yeah, it's a very unhealthy behavior. It's very unhealthy to feel and think this way, because you need to get into a place to where you're okay with being alone. You're okay with being alone with you. I also really feel like codependency can be kind of like a form of like self-hatred. Like you don't like being alone with yourself. Like that's not good. You know, you should come to a place to where you're okay with being alone with yourself because you love yourself. But let me move on to the next one, which is peace. You need to get some inner peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Let me read that one real quick. It says that this is a gentle reminder that balance in the mind is imperative in order for your soul to live its nature. At this time, your life, you You are to learn the value of peace and quiet and joy of being still. One can never be truly connected to the source when the mind is engaged with unneeded chatter. Look around your life and be conscious of what elements are taking you away from the peaceful nature of your soul. Who or what is interrupting your solitude? Is it time to reconcile past hurts, perceived injustices? Your peace may also be fostered by changing your outside view. Create harmony around your physical with order and calm. Trust the voice of your higher self and create an environment in which you truly can be in tune with your soul. So yeah, this is about kind of like you're kind of out of balance. You need to seek some peace within yourself, seek some love within yourself, because you're out of balance. That belief of, you know, I'm not enough, my love isn't good enough, is what's causing this imbalance of peace. It's not letting you have peace. You need to remember that you are already loved. You're a good person. There's no need for the self-hatred. There's no need to cling on to anybody to feel like they can give you the love that you can't give yourself. So yeah. So this is all about creating some peace within yourself. Also, is surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So yeah, I want to take this a step further and be like, surrender the idea that you can't fix yourself. You know, surrender that and surrender the idea that, you know, you feel like you can't be accountable for your own healing. Okay, so my next card is walking away. Walking away from this codependent behavior. Finding the strength within yourself to walk away from your codependent behavior. I got this door to romance in reverse. Basically saying that you're not going to get the kind of love that you need because there is no peace and balance within yourself, and that the spirit is in God and whoever you believe in, they're not going to bring this into you until you find this peace and this balance within yourself. They're not going to bring it to you until you release it, until you release all your old hurts, your pains, release this codependent behavior, release the idea that you got to have somebody and that your own love is not good enough. You need somebody else's love to complete you. When you release and surrender this, that's when this door to romance can open for you. Yep, clarity of a belief. It's time for you to start believing in something different. Start believing that you're good enough. Start believing that your own self-love is good enough. Start believing that you can be your own best friend and that you really don't need nobody else to really complete you, that you can stand alone, that you're not alone. And I really feel like people with a lot of this codependent kind of behavior, they feel very alone, but they're not alone. You know, they bought into the illusion or the belief or the idea that they were alone, that then themselves wasn't good enough, that they needed somebody else around to validate them, and they bought into that, and it's a very lonely feeling, and you do start feeling desperate and lonely. And when you start not buying into that belief anymore, and you start getting solid within yourself, that feeling goes away. I mean, it really, really does go away. But you really have to sit down and do the work and be very accountable for your own healing. You have to sit down and do the work, look at things like within your past. Do you have abandonment issues? Solve those things, heal that. You know, do you have rejection issues? Things like that. Like, you're really going to have to look deeply at yourself and really look at, you know, your ideas about love. I wanted to say this interesting kind of story that I had like read in the Mastery of Love book. I thought it was very interesting how they put love and how we buy love or try to get love from other people because we think that their love is so much more top tier, so much more special than the love that we had for ourselves. So the story was kind of like, you know, you're at home, you're making this great pizza, you got all the top quality ingredients, and you're making your pizza with love and everything, and you're putting it into the oven, waiting for it to bake up. You know, you're getting ready to eat it. But then you get a ring on the doorbell, and it's this pizza guy, and he's trying to sell you his box of pizzas, saying it's so much good, it's so much better than yours. I got all these ingredients on it, whatever. And you going to buy the pizza instead of you going to get your own pizza is kind of like saying that, you know, yeah, we're buying other people's love, or saying that it's better than what we have and that it's more fulfilling than what we have. But in reality is, if we did not buy the Pizza's Man pizza and just ate our own pizza, it would be just as good as a pizza delivery. It'd be just as great. It would fulfill us with everything that we need, as where probably the pizza delivery guy's pizza wouldn't fulfill us with everything that we need, because it's not our own love. It's not coming from us. It's not coming from our source. It's coming from another source that's not really that dependable. I mean, if you really look at relationships with other people, no, their love isn't that really dependable, you know, unless you really, really have somebody that you know really, really loves you and you can depend on them. But most times, don't we all feel like that? Like this love can go away at any time. So basically, I told that whole story basically to say that, you know, really pay attention to and really know that really your own self-love is more fulfilling, it's more important, it's more everything than the cheap delivery pizza guy, the cheap fast food that you're trying to buy in to get to convince yourself that yes, that love is better than what I can do for myself. So yes, that is my message for my codependent people out there. Sorry, that was a rant, but I felt like y'all needed to hear that story and kind of just really like take that in and be like, yes, but yeah. So yeah, that's all the messages I have for group card 4. Want to thank everybody again for all the love and the support. I will be trying to get some more videos out. And yeah, I hope that all of these messages help everybody. Whoever is single and alone on Valentine's Day, I hope that helped all of you guys. So yeah, that will be all. I will see everyone in the next video, and may love and light be with you all. I love you. Bye.